Princess Boy. Season 2, Episode 5. Warren was riding his pink bike that he got from his backyard. As he was riding along his neighborhood street, he drove past a lady's lawn, and the lady yelled at him to stop it, and she started complaining about him riding a bike that was pink. Warren yelled out to the lady to shut her fucking mouth up, but that made the lady mad, and started insulting him for his attitude. When Warren got home, he started feeling chest out about the whole situation, and told his mom about what happened. His mom and told him to not talk to the lady again. That day, Warren was getting into this British children's show called Raina, which was about this young girl named Raina, who's a princess and has fun with her opportunities, family, and friends. Warren liked the theme of the show. Warren went to his guardian's bedroom to find some girl dresses, since his mom was the only female in the family. Warren went looking for some of her clothes in the cabinets and drawers. But while he was looking, he made his own personal mistake of spotting his dad's childhood photo, and Warren was disappointed to find out that he almost looked just like him when he was his age. At this point, Warren was already destined to be a girl, so he got some of his mother's clothes and put some of them on, but obviously did not fit him properly. Over the weekend, Warren's cousins came over and Manevly did Warren's hair and made his hair look more girly, making his hair longer and making it look more like Raina, the character from the TV show Warren loves to watch. Manevly asked Veronica if she is doing it right, and Veronica says she is pretty sure she is doing good. Warren was watching his favorite princess show while he was getting his hair done. Veronica thought Manevly was going to ruin Warren's hair by making it look too girly, but Manevly said that all masculine shit can be pushed aside. Manevly and Veronica asked Warren why he wants to look like a girl, and he doesn't like his daddy, and that he looks cute when he looks more like Raina, the princess. When Manevly was done doing his hair, she gave Warren some of her early clothes that she used to wear often when she was young. Warren looked in the mirror, and thought he looked cute and nice. Veronica thought it was stressing, but Warren told her she can take that bullshit elsewhere and that he doesn't care. Warren's dad saw how girly Warren looked, but he did not care. In fact, he thinks he looks ridiculous, and this increases his hatred and disgust for Warren. His mom thought he looked cute, but she expected him to take them off the next morning because it would be time for him to go to school. However, Warren dismisses this, and says he wants to wear it to school, which hesitated his mom. So the next day, Warren went to school dressed like a girl. Some kids teased Warren for his outfit, and some did not even notice it, and thought he was actually a girl due to how good Manevly made Warren look, and put it into Warren's female alter ego. The next day of the beginning of school today, Warren was in the boys' restroom, and some other kid who walked in thought he was a girl, because of his girl-like appearance. When the kid was about to go snitch on him, Warren grabbed him and told him that he's a boy, not a girl. This did not convince the kid, however, and he was going to tell a teacher. Frustrated, Warren slapped the kid, and when the kid started crying, he pushed the kid before running out the restroom. But, because Warren was wearing a long skirt dress, he stepped on it and tripped on the floor. The kid who Warren slapped back in the boys' restroom came outside and told Warren that they are going to tell on him. But when a security guard came to check what was going on, Warren quickly turned the tables and told the guard that the kid pushed him to the ground, and pretended to sob. The kid tried to explain that he did not, but the guard told the kid to come with him, and Warren was brought to the nurse. As they walked their separate ways, Warren secretly gave the kid the middle finger and stuck his tongue at him, prompting the kid to get angry and sad. At the nurse, Warren said that needs to go home because he's hurt. The nurse says he is okay, and that he does not need to go home. Warren then got angry and told the nurse that he's a princess and that they need to do what he says. Right then, Warren's speech teacher says that Warren isn't coming to her classroom yet. The nurse told security to go find Warren, and they think he must be missing. The nurse thought Warren was actually a girl, and asked him what's his name. Warren said that his name is Marley. Warren says he has no clue where he is going to go. When the school found out Warren was thought to be absent, they started wondering who the so-called girl is. The school was so confused that Warren was sent to a ballet class to make sure, and eventually, at the end of the day, it was revealed that the girl was actually Warren himself. The next day, Warren wore a different dress so he wouldn't be recognized. During recess, one of Warren's rivals at school, whose name is Tampon, cornered him, and suspected that it was Warren himself. While Warren was posing as a girl, he did have female clothes on that were his usual colors, like his yellow overalls that had a skirt with it. Tampon did leave him alone after that. This was one of the reasons Warren wants to be disguised as a girl, and does not want to be teased around. During social studies today, Warren was learning how to chat, and he talked to his classmates in a girl voice, which annoyed the kids, because they knew he was actually a boy. In the end, the school had no problem with Warren dressing like a princess, and for the first time in school, Warren did not get teased or bullied. During lunch recess, Warren tried to get a few girls to play with him, and make them think he's a girl. The girls said yes, and they played on the playground before deciding to play hide and seek. Warren went to hide in the girls' bathroom, not wanting to repeat the same misunderstanding, and he played around. Some girls who were inside got annoyed and told him to stop. Obviously, they had no idea he was a boy. Warren hid in one of the girls' bathroom stalls. Unfortunately for him, some security guard must have known it was Warren who ran in the girls' restroom, because they got him out of there, and Warren was throwing a fit while swearing. Warren was told not to go to the girls' restroom, but he did not care. In fact, he decided to wear a different girl's dress so nobody will know it is actually him. So the next day at school, he tries to act like a girl in his new dress, and during lunch, he tries to sit with the other girls. Even though the girls thought he was a girl, they rejected him from sitting at their table group. The same exact thing later happens during lunch recess. For the last 2 days of the school week, Warren did not have any luck in joining girls, and was disappointed. So, he wanted his cousins to come over to play princess. On Friday, when he got home, he watched Raina on TV, wishing he was just like her. In fact, he fantasizes about this so much that he even had a dream about it. On Saturday, Warren played cast with his cousins. Warren was, of course, the princess. As Warren sat down watching his favorite princess show, he asked his cousins who was going to be the king. When Brandon heard this, he went up to Warren and told him that being a queen is no different than being a king, and that he is just being totally brainwashed by society. Not understanding what he is saying, Warren told Brandon to get Willie, so he can be king. Pissed off by what he said, Brandon says that he is gay, and he leaves. Meanwhile, Brandon goes to get Willie, and tells him that Warren wants to kiss him. Willie agrees and goes up to Warren, and kisses him. Warren asks Willie what the hell he is doing, but then he sees Brandon, and Warren starts chasing him around the house. Out in the backyard, Warren asks Manevli what's the difference between a princess and a queen. Manevli answered by saying a princess was a beautiful female whose preference is love and honor. And a queen is a holy female that is seen as the official figure of a Roman or domain monarch that holds beliefs and control power. She also says that the same thing goes with males. Veronica overheard what Manevli was saying, and rolled her eyes. It got even more ridiculous for her when she heard Warren saying he wants to be both a princess and a queen. Veronica was sick of what she was hearing, and she tells Warren he is a boy, and wouldn't have the chance to become queen, anyways. Manevli talks back at her, asking her if Warren has to be British to become a king. Annoyed, Veronica decides to test Manevli's knowledge, and ask her if being a princess, prince or a queen, king has anything to do with the dealt of politics. However, Manevli was not in the mood to talk about politics, and she walks off, making Veronica think she's a retard when it comes to constitution. Later that evening, Warren's mom surprises her son by saying that she and him are going to a theme and amusement park tomorrow. Warren had never heard of it before, but was excited to go. His mom surprised him even more by saying it has princess dancers that he can watch for entertainment. This made Warren even more excited. The next morning, Warren dressed as a princess before going to the theme park. When they got there, Warren was told to be a boy despite his female-like appearance. While Warren was having fun, he finds a princess show being held by young girls ages from 3 to 12, and Warren wanted to be one of them, and was glad to be dressed up more girl-like. He went to the welcome loft makeup room where they get their faces painted and put on dresses and accessories. Warren asked if he could participate, but the staff said that only girls were allowed, and not boys. Despite this, Warren was still destined to go, so when the show was about to start, Warren took his opportunity to perform with the other girls on stage. Some people in the audience, whom some were the performing girls' parents, started noticing Warren's actual gender, and had a feeling that the girl he was a boy. Some people thought he was actually a girl, though. Some people did not really pay attention, but while the girls started dancing, Warren danced in an eccentric way that some of the audience found strange but funny. The staff who were responsible for the girls performing dance entertainment seemed suspicious of what was going on. They do not interfere, however, and keep their suspense suspended for the sake of the entertained audience and the raise. Anyways, as the girls were doing their dance, they started getting physical with their dancing, which was happily complied by the staff. Unfortunately, Warren did not really have the same exercise, and he just did some other physical dancing that most of the audience found normal. The next dance show was near, so when they were done dancing, they went to the dressing room. Warren went to the girls' dressing room, and he wanted to put on makeup to make himself look like a princess. While Warren was messing around using various makeup products, his mom came looking for him, and she did not have it hit her that Warren was in the girls' princess lounge after his princess trance. However, a woman came up to her and explained that she had seen her son go into the princess performance show, and was probably roaming around in there. Anna did not find Warren there, because he was still in the lounge. By that time, a missing child was reported by Anna, who told staff that she was Warren's son, and now there were security guards looking for him. Luckily for Anna, she had a picture of Warren dressed as a princess, smiling at the camera, which was taken before they both drove to the theme park. Anna used this to give to the security so they can recognize who it is. Most guards went to the Princess Performance Center, since they were informed about Warren being there. At that time, the next princess show was about to begin, which was some kind of beauty pageant thing. Some different girls came, and some were the same. Warren was one of them to perform, and he started dancing with the other girls, hoping to not get caught. But, to Warren's shock, he noticed a few security guards that he knew were looking for him, so he tried to stay calm. One of the security guards saw Warren dressed as a princess on stage, who looked exactly the same in the photo that Anna had given to them, and this confused the guards whether that was her son, or if it was a girl. On top of all of that, the security guards decided not to disrupt the show, and let Warren dance on stage. But then, things started to fall apart for Warren, when one of the security guards showed one of the employees the picture of Warren as a princess girl, and the employees recognized who was in the photo. This was when they realized that Warren was actually on stage performing in front of the whole crowd, and their miss was right. When the princess show ended, it was time for some new entertainment from the princess girls. When Warren and the girls went to the beauty lounge, they were asked and interviewed about their participation and opportunity to become a princess in front of a lovely audience. When it was Warren's turn to speak, he tried to speak in a girl-like voice and said that he loves being a princess girl. When he is asked about it, he answers saying that his favorite TV show, Reina, made him want to be a girly princess. After the segment thing was over, they went out to go on stage. Warren noticed the guards and employees coming for him, so he ran through the crowd and out front the performance center instead of going to the lounge. At this point, Warren was already freaking out, and knew he was going to get caught, so he ran a little faster by pulling up his skirt so he would not trip on it. After a few minutes of hiding somewhere, he peeked off and thought the coast was clear from the security guards. He then went to find his mom, but he couldn't. All alone and lost, he sits behind a back alley and sits down crying. Meanwhile, Warren's mom is informed by security that Warren was seen running off and that they are tracking him to safety, and they thought he must have been kidnapped, which worried Anna so much. Eventually, Warren was found by his mother. Anna then sees that Warren had makeup on his face, and that is when she thinks that he must have run off to the princess show and look like a girly princess. Anna was glad that Warren was back, though. Anna asked Warren what he was doing, and he said that the girls really wanted to Patricia him while they were in the pageant beauty lounge. At the end of the day, Warren and Anna ended up having fun, playing princess games, and going on fun games and rides. Warren mostly watched the girls dancing at the Princess Dancing Performance Theater, and was entertained and was inspired by it. A week later, after Warren went to the theme park, Vertica agreed to take Warren on a girls' night out trip. Veronica and Manevli seemed happy to have Warren come with them, and they know their mom was a nice person. Brandon made fun of Warren, saying he's going to be a girly gay boy, but Vertica, his mom, told him to stop it. As they started driving, Warren started thinking about girls' night out, and what he is to expect. When they stopped by a restaurant, Warren, his cousins, and their mom went to eat dessert. When Warren was done eating, he went to the play area that was outside. He went to go play, and saw boys and girls playing. He really wanted to play with only the girls, so he asked Manevli and Veronica to come play with him, but since they were still eating, he decided to play with some other random kids. He pretended to play with girls his age, but they didn't seem to notice him, and they seemed to ignore him. Warren was in his girly dress right now, so he went to play with some boys his age, thinking he would get respect from them because he looks like a girl. One boy wanted to play with him, so he and that boy played for the rest of their remaining time before it was time to go. When Manevli, Veronica, and their mom called out for Warren, the boy told Warren that she is a pretty girl, and hoped to spend time again. Right after finishing his love, the boy kissed Warren. Warren instincts kicked in, and Warren screamed in anger, yelling out, "What the fuck?" The end.